Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel in a live video, not on the potato cam. You can see the lovely crystal clear image of me and my pale green skin. It goes green when winter kicks in and you see the hat coming in, and it goes back yellow in the summer. An update on the project from hell. How does this camera look? Look, it picks up all the little nuances in my face. Like the old Sainsbury's carrier bag, guys. Right, first thing we've got to do, guys, we're going to cover loads of ground in this video. It's going to be interactive. Forgive the horrible editing. It's just the way this one's going to roll. First up, big shout out to Chichester Cars. Chichester Cars, one of my local paint shops, for sorting these wing mirrors out for us. Not just sorting them out. Look at the finish on this. So I've had my hands on them and they've been in here in the garage for a couple of days, so they've got a bit of dust on them, but the finish is just so flat and like glossy and just flawless. It's a flawless finish, I mean that, and that's phenomenal. And the impressive thing, these were in good shape, okay, they're plastic, they're probably easier to paint, but still no peel in them at all. But these were a mess. They were all oxidised. You know, they're made of magnesium alloy or something, and they're all white layer and bubbly. The way they got these flat and painted these so they're perfect is amazing. And huge thank you to them for sorting that out for me. Really, really impressive. Known Tom and Harry from Chichester Cars for probably at least 10 years, maybe even longer. I used to do a lot of collision repair, and I remember turning up there. I got to know those guys quite quickly because I was interested in all the spray shops in my area that would do the sort of work I was looking for, where I might turn up with a panel one day, you know, and I wanted it all done kind of, you know, on the cheap. And most places weren't interested, but Tom and Harry treated this scruffy old tramp, you know, like a prized, valued customer from day one. And that meant a lot to me, and I cannot count the amount of favours they've done for me over the years. So Chichester Cars, you guys rock. If you're in the West Sussex area and you're looking for good paintwork to be done, then check them out. They've also got the full facilities for refurbing alloy wheels, diamond cuts, so you can do any sort of alloy wheel refurbishment if you like there as well, not just blowing over them, powder coating, you know, and the proper lathe, the diamond cutting lathe, which is an expensive bit of kit. So that's great. While I'm talking, guys, I'm going to bring you in. I had to do a tear down on these wing mirrors, and now we're going to put them back together while we're talking. So I've got a big long list of things to talk about as well. Let's make sure the audio's working, because if it isn't, I'm going to go nuts. Okay. What else are we going to be talking about? Need to move the camera. We've got a review coming soon on these inter-detailing polishers. I know a lot of you are asking about this. When's this review coming? Because these polishers are popular, the entry-level polishers. So we've got this review of this DA8 machine coming, which is like you're going to be your single polisher solution. And then if you want two, you know, a long throw DA and a mini where you haven't got to keep swapping the plates, your next step up the ladder, that's your entry level with the DA15 and the DA12. So there's a review coming of those. And then the forced rotation, we've already reviewed this, but Imran sent me that tool as well, which is great, so I'm not too sure what to do. I'll probably just demo it in another video later down the line. But we're going to be giving some of those tools away as well to patrons. So if you're not a patron member, the monthly contests, we're going to be giving away tools soon. So there you go, there's a reason maybe to join. So huge thank you for Imran, the legend, for sending those through. Imran, you rock. So that's the polishers. What's going on over here? What's this? What do you think's going on there, guys? Really interesting test that I wanted to do. I was over at Fresh Lads again. We've gone into lockdown now. So I don't know what that means for me, if I'm allowed out or whatever, because I'm a full-time YouTuber, full-time professional videographer. Sounds better than YouTuber, and I need to film stuff, but I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. Obviously, you can film stuff in my garage. Anyway, I'm assuming I can't at the moment. So, a test here while I was over at Fresh Lads. That's got PPF on it. That's a gloss-based vinyl. And then I've got 4 other sections. So, ceramic, sealant, wax, nothing, just a polished surface. And then we're going to compare them under a gonio photometer to see what the data looks like. And I'm really interested in what the results are going to be. I've got no idea. I've got thoughts on it, obviously, but interested as much as you are to see. And that will be a very important video from a detailing point of view, because it's never been done before. Prepared to fail, you see. But no one will watch, but I'm prepared to try. I need a hero. What else is going on? I don't know if you're watching, but James, I won't say your surname just in case you don't want me to. Thank you very much. One of the joys of doing YouTube is every now and then some very kind people comment and reach out. And James, in the comments, I was talking about the car, said to me something like, I had an M3 E46 and I've got a BMW original M Sport strut brace sitting around. Do you want it? I'm like, hell yeah. So I met James yesterday, and brilliant guy, proper petrol head, and his car was mint, properly mint. It's me turning up in the old dirty old club sandwich with the paint falling off, and James has got this amazing, is it a 33i 440 Grand Sport in silver, which really works nice with all the carbon kit on it. An amazing car. So James, this is going to go on to the E46. In fact, I might even do it in this video. So pleasure to meet you, and thank you very much. So that's fantastic. Let's start building these back, or else we're never going to get this done. Right, let's move this over here. So we have to put all of the gubbins back into these things, and we want to do it carefully so we don't break the finish. Now, what else is going on? What else is going on? Sorry. Oh, and I've got a shout out to Rowpoint as well. Rowpoint, I just reached out to them again about a week ago and said, you know, can I borrow a darkness meter? A darkness. You know, did you even know a darkness meter existed? Because I didn't. I'm doing a video over here. So much going on at the moment. Which is good, that's how it should be. Which is going to be the best tyre dressings, okay? And it's going to be another long video that's going to take a lot of time and cost a lot of money. Let me get my violin out. And no one's going to watch it. But we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to test them. And there's a bit of kit called a opacity darkness meter. It's called the Rowpoint Duo. A very specialised bit of kit. And I'm going to use it to measure the darkening effect of these products over time to give me a proper durability reading of the products. So it might be the only, oh no, well PVD did it first with the trim, their trim mega testing. They did the same thing. In fact, credit to them, I'm pinching the idea off them really. Borrowing. But we're going to do the same thing for tyre dressings, and it may be the first time that that's ever been done for a tyre dressing. So most of the time, how do you gauge durability when a tyre manufacturer, let's put this viewfinder away so I'm not staring out, stare at the camera lens. How do you gauge durability of a tyre dressing? Well, you stick your finger, you lick your finger, you stick it in the air, and you think, oh, that one looks like it's lasted longer. So again, it's a way of bringing technology into the channel, and I can't do that without the help of companies like Rowpoint, who are based just up the road from me. And as well as just being local, the most important thing is they're actually really nice people, because they could just tell me to get lost because they're busy as well. So they're loaning me one of their bits of kit, which is very much appreciated. So a huge shout out to Rowpoint Instruments, and if you want a gloss meter, go to them. They are the leaders, a UK company, make it all in their place in Hastings. I've seen them manufacture it, and it's just phenomenal. But you know, this is not cheap equipment that they make, so you're not going to. It's not for home use, guys. You know, it's not. It's for professional use, really. And their gloss meter, their gonio photometer, is almost like a full-on R&D piece of kit. You know, so there you go. Right, we've got our wiring loom through this piece. Now we've got to get it through here, which is going to be fun. And it's important to do this properly and take your time when you're doing these. Just make sure. Ooh, that. There we go. See, that's what I mean about just slow down a little bit, John, and just check what you're doing, or you're going to make a stupid mistake. So that's I'd have put the wrong headlight. I'd have put the wrong wing mirror. Get it right. On the wrong base plate, and that would have caused me all sorts of grief. So these are a bit tricky to pull through. I do not want to be damaging these little connectors and having to re-terminate them, you know, because that's going to be a pain. So just be careful here, because they can snag, and if you pull them, you're going to break them. This is very fiddly. Yeah. It's cold. So yeah. Oh, let's talk about COVID then, guys. So how do you feel about this second lockdown going on? I'll tell you how I feel first of all. I'm just gonna do my best. I just don't have an opinion. I'm not an expert on viruses. Everyone's got an opinion on this, and I'm just going to do what I'm told. You know, have the government done a good job or a bad job? Well, I'm of the opinion. Let me just back this shot out a bit so you can see me. Makes it when you talk a little bit more meaningful. I'm of the opinion that if they did a good job or bad job, I don't think they'd have ever been able to prevent this virus spreading through the population. So I don't think locking down, you know, what's it called? You know, entry into the country. So, you know, closing that down, it would have still got in, spread through the population. You just delaying the inevitable, I think. So it was always going to spread. The only thing I think they could have done, the mistake they probably made, the biggest mistake, was after the 5-month lockdown we had initially, encouraging everyone to go back out to restaurants. You know, the restaurants were packed because of that deal that they were doing. I think that was a little bit irresponsible, because I think we should have just been trying to keep that R number down. You know, trying to encourage social distancing and maintaining it. And I don't think a restaurant is, you know, getting packed out with people was a good idea, personally. I don't know. But I don't think that was to blame for the second wave. I think this is always going to come back. Why has it come back in the north and not the south is something that interests me. And I don't know the answer to that. Because it's always been, where I am, down in West Sussex, it's always been, I don't want to use the word minor, but it's relatively minor compared to other places, which is strange. So, why? Come on, you swine. This is going to need some force. Like, as in all my weight. Oh, that's all. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we're back. Let's pull that loom through. If we pull that stopper down, that will come out there. Yeah, so the COVID thing, I think a lot of people now, the fear factor is definitely gone. I think the fear factor of stay in, there's a deadly virus around, is definitely nowhere near as potent. I'm really interested to see. What I almost think, or my prediction might be, is that the second lockdown won't drop the number back down again. Could be wrong, hope I'm wrong on that. It might just stabilise it. And is that a bad thing in terms of, if we keep the virus at a certain level where it is circulating, does that build up an immunity within the population? I don't know. So there we go. I'm keeping it simple with COVID, and I'm just going to do what I'm told. Carry a hand wipe around me, carry a mask around with me when I do go out. Try and minimise going out, minimise contact with others. So I suppose I can't really see, you can't really see your family and stuff like that, or you can meet one of them outdoors. I don't even know what the rules are. Don't know what the rules are, which is, I probably should do. So let me know what you think of this whole thing. I don't believe in any of the conspiracy theories personally. I think this is just a new virus, and yeah, I just hope it does die down eventually, and I think it will do. So let's pop these wires in. That's COVID. It's really depressing, the way it's taken over our lives and the problems it's caused for people. For me as a YouTuber, you know, YouTube views, when COVID first kicked in, YouTube views went up across the board, you know, because people are indoors, and detailing was it was a great time for a detailing YouTuber because loads of people were wanting to wash the cars because they had time in their hands. But now I think I'm starting to see a little bit of a delayed slump now in kind of detailing stuff. Winter's kicking in, detailing's not on people's minds at the moment. People don't like washing their car out in the cold, so you know, that's just, so it's going to slow down a little bit I think for a while, which is fine. What else has been going on? So I've been back over at Fresh Layers, which is cool, filming another video on a Mercedes. Awesome car, phenomenal car. Like, it's like a single stage paint like the first one we did, but in much better condition. In fact, a really nice example of a 190E. Yeah, low mileage as well, incredible. The owners really looked after it in a sense that they've not kind of used it too much and just kept it original, and it just needs that oxidisation taken out, which is what we've done. It was a really enjoyed working on it actually. Great fun. Right, now we just need to be mindful. We need to be mindful of you just said that, you idiot, of these things. So that's got to go this side. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Is that going to reach? I just need to make sure I run these cables the right way. So like that. And that's got to sit in there. That's got to go there. Sorry, you can't. I'm just trying to work this out. So I don't want to pull these wires. Come on. Oh. Why are you not sitting down? Okay, I see. There's all these cables in the way. Push them up there. Leave it up there. And that's it. Oh, that's in. But where's the black cable? That's what I didn't want. I was trying to avoid. There. Come on. There and there. And get in there. There we go. Right, let's get that done up before he wants to do something silly again. What you can do, you put all this in and you do the rise the wrong way round. You go to adjust your glass, it'll go, the button will push it the wrong way. I think we're back to front, so you have to get this right. Okay, what else is going on, guys? Still looking for a boot lid for my car, for my Black Peril there, Black Beauty. Boot lid. Can you get boot lids new? That's the question. I need to phone BMW. It's time. come on, I'm getting fed up with this. Get in there. Okay guys, back again. It's very cold now, but it's a beautiful autumnal early winter day. I've played around with the leads, clipped it all back together, got this on. We're going to put this back on now, the first one, so we're nearly there. So thank you for putting up my ramblings. The next subject I want to talk about, it's just a funny one, is ranting in the comments. And by ranting I mean me ranting. I'm not the most politically correct YouTuber, especially when it comes to comments, and sometimes I can let rip on people and they don't always deserve it. One guy, whoever you are, I can't remember your name, commented, you know, I did that video on the Land Rover, cleaning that really properly covered in mud Land Rover, and on the main channel there must have been about 200 comments about the mud on the driveway. The reality was, when I pressure washed all that mud off the car, and it's nearly a year ago, it puts mud all over your driveway, and all I did was, you know, when I'd done all the cleaning bit, I just pressure washed all the mud to the edge of the grass, and I scooped up the excess and put it in the bin, and it was literally 2 or 3 minutes of work to clear the mud off. So it was just nothing, it was a non-issue. But for some reason the mud on the driveway seemed to really trigger lots of people. You know, lots of people saying, oh, I wouldn't wash that there, the mud, you know, I'd go here, or I'd do it on the grass. And a year later some guy commented on the video, I'd wash that on the grass if I were you to control the mud, and I bit his head off. And he was just giving me an opinion, so sorry whoever it was. But it's just one of those subjects, whenever you do a video or you do YouTube for a long time, you start knowing the sort of, you got to remember, it's like a tidal wave of comments coming back at you all of the time. So you might, when you comment, you might want to just ask yourself the question, has anyone else possibly mentioned that? Because if it's triggering you, it might have triggered hundreds of other people. And it's just as a YouTuber, you can become a bit tetchy about certain things, you know, because you've answered the same comment 500 times or whatever, or not 500, but you know what I mean. So anyway, sometimes I bite people's heads off in comments, and I'll probably always be guilty of doing that. You know, it's just part of who I am as well. So, you know, it's a bit of banter for me. So never take it personally if I bite your head off, or if I have a go at you. And sometimes I kind of enjoy it. I want to talk about another subject which is important as well, and it's the subject of mental health. I did a podcast with Pro Detailers, can you see me there, while I was up in Cirencester a while ago, and you can find a link to it on my Facebook page or the Pro Detailers magazine podcast. You'll be able to find it from Googling around. Now, winter is a time when you need, or I personally, let's get the camera up here. Oh God, I can't let go of this. Just nice if you can see my face when we're talking about certain things. Winter is a time when I think all blokes of a certain age, or any age, I don't know, I think when you get a little bit older you might be more prone to negative thought patterns and things like that, and the cumulative effect of stressors over your entire life. The short version is, I think you need to be mindful of mental health, your own mental health. The older you get, you need to be mindful of it, and by being mindful and being aware of your mood state and the state of your mental health and the level of pressure you're under, you might be putting yourself under. By being aware of it, you get an element of control, and it allows you, I think, to put the brakes on. Because we'll all have highs and lows and times where we're under a lot of pressure and we're tired and we're drained and we've had enough of it. But it's when it goes beyond that, where you're at a particular low and that pressure doesn't back off, it increases, and it can just send you over the edge. And that's where you've got to be careful. So, ooh, like dropping a bolt. Oh no, nearly. So yeah, control. What are you talking about, John? It's not that easy. No, it's not that easy, but be aware of your mood state. and how you are mentally, and be able to step back from it and say, right, hold on a second, I'm in bad shape mentally today. You know when you're not right, don't you? You're grumpy, everything you see is negative. Your response to everything, it can be negative. And if you're not aware of it, you're in trouble. If you're aware of it, you can kind of try and put yourself somewhere else. And when I say put yourself somewhere else, what's an example of that? Doing what I'm doing right now. Get your mind off whatever is troubling you, the cumulative effect. Just do something simple where you can take your mind off of all of these sort of thoughts, anxious thoughts and stressors, and just de-stress. And for me, it's working on cars. It might even be watching a movie or something like that. Might be going for a drive. And at the moment with COVID, I suppose everything is a little bit harder because of the restrictions. So be careful during this lockdown and try and be aware of your mood state. That's my only advice. And obviously that's not going to solve everyone's problems, but it might help solve some people. So there we go. Right, so that's all screwed back in, and the wiring loom is back. Oof! So now I just need to put the blanking plate cover on, which is this little plastic piece here, and just do a quick test on this to make sure it's going the right way before I put this blanking plate on. Oh, I bet you the battery is bloody, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Bong! Right. And can I see the glass? No, I can't. Go around the car. Bloody hell. I wish I had a bigger garage. Yeah, I'm not grumbling. It's a great garage, but I wish it was a little bit bigger. But lucky to have this one. Right. There. No, not working at all. Do I need to turn the car on? No. Why is that not working? Bizarre. Oh, probably the motor. Let's try that. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Good. So that is one of them done. Right, I'll turn the camera off and I'll do the other one and I'll come back. Okay guys, so wing mirrors are on. Can you see that? Looking awesome. All working in the right direction, which is great. Strut brace is on and fitted. That looks good as well. You know, hopefully that'll stiffen up the front a little bit for when I use the track day use, and it's a proper BMW one, so it looks nice in the engine bay. So today I'm winning, which is a rare thing. I'm usually losing, so I'm going to enjoy today. This car hasn't been run for a long time. I'm not sure what the lockdown rules are, but I know we're allowed to go and exercise, so probably going to go for a walk, and I'll take the black car out to give it a run and try and charge the battery as well. So that's it for today guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.